Okay, we are live. Hopefully you can hear me. How are you? Happy Friday. I am starting questions. Okay. How are you guys? Big plans for the weekend? It'll be Lee's birthday around here. All right. Terry, I saw that countries are already claiming a silver shortage. Don't you love it? All right. Okay, so let's see. What is Monday? Monday is a holiday. Lee is still off from work, so I won't have a show on Monday, but I will next Wednesday. That's if the world hasn't gone completely bananas by then. All right. Let's get started with a coffee question. And I have to ignore Boomer. He's outside banging on the door, and he can go around to the other door and irritate Lee. Okay. Oh, Colleen's going apple picking. Enjoy. All right, first coffee question. Miss Louise, has there been a significant shift for me? All right, that's the first one. All right, let's see. Oh, wow. Yes, Miss Louise. You've kind of gone from this tired, worn out, stagnant or plateau to sitting pretty. These are two nines. That means you're at the end of a cycle that you're going through spiritually and you're about to upgrade. So expect more and more downloads. Okay. That's information coming through from the divine. Wow. Pay attention to these in the near future. A lot of information going to be downloaded to you. So, yeah, you went from kind of a plateau, not sure, getting worn out, tired of the same old, to upgrade. Good for you. All right, Miss Louise's second question. Does Spirit have any messages for me? Well, I guess prepare for more downloads. All right. Yeah, we were talking about a 3-day weekend. For those of you that understand that there's a difference between the Gregorian and Julian calendar, that they took out the 10 days, I want y'all to keep in mind when you're looking at trying to set dates to stuff that we're still in September. I want you to keep that in mind. All right, starring. Spiritual message for Miss Louise. Keep doing what you're doing. All right. Keep working. This is just keep going, keep doing what you're doing. The outcome is beautiful. You're happily ever after. There's the 10 that comes after those nines you just got. With that's a wishes being granted card with your intuitive abilities. All right. You're just on the right track, and spirit's just kind of being a cheerleader right now. Just keep doing what you're doing. Right? All right. Let's see. Back to coffees. JD's got the next one. Can I get some guidance on where to focus my energy right now? All right. Wings is telling me manifestation, but let's find out what you're manifesting. Well, this decision is yours. Okay. First, you're on a mission. Okay. This is push through from dark to light. So you're pushing the darkness out. It's up to you. This is your personal decision. This is choices. This is making the decision on what you want to do. And this just says, what makes you happy? What makes your cuppeth overfloweth? That's where you need to focus. If you've been wanting to start something new, a new routine, a new process for yourself, that's where you need to aim. All right. I think you already have a different way of looking at things. What brings you joy? It doesn't say what, it says it's up to you, free will, because divine spirit will never interfere with your free will. You have to take the leadership role. You're the one that has to take action. So if you want something accomplished, you have to take control of it. You can't wait on somebody else. Okay? Yeah, I would try to maybe do something personal for yourself. Remember, me time is important. You've got to take care of yourself. Let me message Lee and tell him to come get this banging cat at the door. I mean, he's banging on it. Let's see if he even gets that message. All right. Let's go. Let me read a little bit of the chat. What are you guys into? I like the thumbnail picture of the river too, Roy. Seems very peaceful. What is the SHI? There's an SHI out of New Jersey. It's a data center. They collect all kinds of data. It's kind of a AI facility. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but oh, Marcy explains. Sovereign Human Institute. Okay. Miss Pam, I've been picking up loving energy around you. That's your older sister helping to prepare you for your little sister, your younger sister. Unexpected death, which could even be tomorrow. Oh, honey. I'm so sorry. That's not uncommon. Past loved ones do come help transition, whether it's you or another loved one. They just let you know not to worry, don't have fear. It's all under control. They're going to a good place. Okay. Anissa, happy belated birthday. You gonna party tomorrow? Okay. Let's hard frost, Jojo. It was cold here this morning. Yeah, I think it was like 39. I turned on a little space heater for a little while. I'm not ready to switch the big unit over. All right. Zombie cat. Oh, he's crazy. Yeah, man, he can open doors, but this one's locked. So he will literally bang on it until someone opens it. And I'm not. And then he'll come in here and yell at me because I didn't do it. Oh, chicken coop building. Nice. All right. Let's go get our questions. Let's do our stars. A couple more minutes and then we'll pause them. All right. Sunshine has a coffee question. May I get guidance on my focus for the next week until the 20th of October? Okie dokie. How about we go on vacation? That seems like a good focus. For those of you in the humanitarian group, there hasn't been a need to schedule a meeting because nothing's happening. So if you guys feel that you need a meeting, you'll have to let me know. But right now, there's nothing really to talk about. Boomer, no. Did you yell at me, sassy little thing? If I knew he would come in here and lay down and mind his P's and Q's, I would open the door, but he won't. No. He's sassy. Oh, he's yelling at me. He's going to bang on this door. Sunshine, what should you focus on? You had a card fly out. Apparently, Spirit thinks she should be having more fun. Party, party, party. All right. Wow. I got a couple major arcanas in here. What have you been wanting to finish up? This is another celebration card. This is a cycle ending. You're getting ready to wrap something up. So pat yourself on the back. If you've got a project or something you've been working on, it's coming to an end. Recycle. Yes, I know. Thank you. Okay, wings. Okay, Pictionary. Are you satisfied with your projects that you've been etching out? Because you are gonna have a new calling. This is something else that's gonna get your attention. Something that you've got strength here, and that you can manifest yourself. So if there's another one you've been thinking about creating, go ahead and manifest it. All right. All right, guys, let's pause questions. I see a bunch of them up here. Boomer, stop it! Don't you sass me. He says the word no. Nothing can be that important to him that he needs to get my attention. Okay. Yep. Coffee page is always open. All right. Rocco's back to work. That's what he's always doing. Okay. Let's jump up here. What do we got? Roy's going to start us out today. Healing. In the last few weeks, I have healed my mouth ulcer. Okay. A few days ago, unprompted, my hearing began to heal. Oh, I have a message about hearing for people. That was a prophecy. I don't know how far back it goes. That God would start. He's been removing spiritual scales off of this great awakening for people to see, but he's also healing people's ears as well, so they can also have more, I don't know, be more in tune with the frequencies. So I'm glad to hear that, Roy. Do you have a strong healing gift? You probably do. We all have healing gifts. It's whether we tune into them or not. But let's see. Oh, Angie, the assassin that Boomer does. And his meows and the syllables that he makes, you can understand that he says complete sentences. Gabrielle told him to do something the other day. Go sit by his bowl. I think she was fixing his food. And the way he responded was, I don't want to. I mean, in cat years, he's a teenager, so that's probably appropriate. I don't want to. Okay. Does Roy have a healing gift? You do, but you have a blockage, love. You do. This is internal struggle. So sometimes it's working and sometimes it's not. It's hit or miss with you. This is because sometimes you're blocked. And normally blocks from gifts are just from 3D stress and things like that. If we're not really, really focused, you're just learning, and that's okay. Keep working on it. We all do with any of our gifts. Just keep seeking more information. and try to stay focused on the spiritual, not so much the 3D stress. I know, easier said than done, but that's really the best advice Spirit can give. Okay. Jojo, that's exactly what he's saying because he's yelling. Oh my gosh. He's so sweet and he wants to be babyfied, but then he's so sassy. All right. Anissa has the next one. Can I please have a message from the Dragon Mountains I'm surrounded by? Nothing's weird to you anymore. I think most of us can say that. Nothing shocks us. The realm of possibilities. Now that our eyes are open and ears, we see and hear things that we can't deny. And it's all part of the Great Awakening. And then we ask ourselves, why are you showing this to me? Or why do I need to know this? And sometimes that answer is not going to come right away. It's prompting you to look a little deeper, focus a little more. And we're not always going to have the answers. Keep guessing. Dragon Mountains. Anissa, has the energy changed around you, around these mountains? They haven't been lively or not positively. Okay. Like the energy from them were dormant for a while. You've gotten a different perspective to understand that Gaia speaks to us, especially mountains. Something's changing in the energy around there. This is the divine creator getting your attention. Now let's find out what it is. Have you thought about exploring them? This is energy about the creation of the mountains. There's something about when they were created. I don't know where you live, so I couldn't tell you. Being there since the beginning of time, but this is advice card. This is like take a leap of faith, seize up in the mountains. Have you ever thought about going and exploring them? And maybe you just need to do some exploration locally for information. I mean, if you don't have it in you, I'm not going to go climb no mountain. Those days are over. You might want to dig a little deeper and see what the local history is. Of course, use your discernment because we're not always told the truth. But it's like they laid dormant for a while and now they've kind of come alive. Okay. Okay. Next, Brother Roy. Brother Roy has the next three. It's the Brother Roy show. All right. Can I trust Sarah to be involved in my humanitarian projects? I have three at this stage. Is she an old soul partner of mine? Well, it tells me that your gut is telling you if she's an old soul partner, there's an old contract connection. Let's see. Can you trust Sarah? Which is pretty much a yes or no. It may give us more information. I think the other day you were asking, and Spirit was telling you make sure that Sarah and Nicola know that you're working with both of them on different things. Because somebody might be under the assumption that it's just them versus somebody else. Okay. So this part is focusing on finances. Ultimately, it's up to you. This is your decision. This is stability with money. All right. And this is recklessness with decisions. So this is where your discernment, I don't know, is she struggling financially? You may not know this personal information, but you can tell by the way someone lives if they're really struggling. Do you think that they can handle the money? You're going to have to, you can trust her, but you're going to have to guide and direct her. This is you and communication and telling her where to direct funding. This is, he's gift giving, he's giving a gift. Um, I think you're going to have to put limits on what Sarah does. Don't give her full control. You might be quite disappointed. There might be some hidden hidden things there. Hidden as in, let's not put a little too much in her pocket because the base card is she like to be sitting pretty too. I mean, yes, we can take care of ourselves and employees and partners and all that, but we need to help the world, and it might go to some people's heads. It's always a risk. We're human beings. It's just the way it is. Some people can handle it and some people can't. She's well off. That mindset might stay, and if there's even more, she's going to think she'd be even more well off. Use your own judgment. I'm just seeing that you might want to put some boundaries, like you handle this project, but here's your budget. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Someone. Good afternoon, beautiful being. You thank you, darling. I'm currently having breathing issues. Oh dear. Do I need to have a PET scan done? Please and thank you. I always thought that was a funny name for a test. I'm like, what are you scanning for? Kitties and doggies and birds? All right. Do you need to have a PET scan? I mean, they do have cat scans, right? Do they have a dog scan? Let's not be biased. I'm sorry you're having breathing issues. Try eucalyptus. That helps. I'm not a doctor, but as far as herbs go, eucalyptus is a huge help. Oh, this is yes. That's a huge yes, but don't go into it with fear. Remember, mindset over what you expect to hear can determine whether or not this is going to go bad or not. This says, yes, you do. You could have a tower moment. Like you physically passing out, having trouble. Um, Little advice though, make sure that you take control. You have to be your own advocate. Okay. So if the offer's being made to get you testing or looking further into it, take them up on it, but you're in control. Because once they say, well, you need to have a test done, then they add 50 more to it. You can say, no, you can do this test and we'll see what it says. But that's all you're doing. So it's boundaries. Okay. All right. Oh, hi, Roman. You driving? Okay. All right, Bonita's got the next one in coffee. Howdy, Jen. Could I please get a message from Spirit for the next weeks? Well, how many? How about we look at a couple of them? That way we don't get too far. You know, it's fluid all the time. Please and thank you, Miss Bonita. Okay. Next couple of weeks. Bonita wings in his Pictionary. He's showing me your truck and he's showing me hitting the brakes. Now, don't think that that's an accident or something. I almost wonder if your driving will come to a halt. I don't know. Let's see. I think your driving's going to, well, it's going to be up to you. There is a strategic plan in place the next couple of weeks because I'm looking at this is temporary. That here in the near future, this is my riots and chaos card that is going to cause you problems driving. You're going to have to trust your own instincts of whether you choose to drive or not. And of course, ask the husband because it's going to get kind of reckless. And this is a military card. I wonder if you're going to be driving towards areas that we could have civil unrest. You're going to have to decide whether or not you want to work. But this is happy, happy, happy. This is gift giving. Miss Bonita, next couple of weeks, you're going to have some tough decisions to make of whether or not it's safe for you to be on the road or not. Okay. That's interesting. It might get a little hairy, especially if we've all heard that Trump might do the Insurrection Act, that it's in the plans. Military was the only way. We've heard it, blah, 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 blah. Get on with it. I don't know what markers they're looking for, but I think it may affect your work, Bonita. Okay. You put a link for Boomer in the soul chat. Okay, Moon, I'll have to check that out. Oh my gosh. Lee came and got him. So he's probably in there pouting. Believe me, I will hear about it after the show. All right, back to our stars. Brother Roy. Any possible timeline for our RV appointments? Well, let's see. Changing decks. I think the bigger question is which timeline are we on? Because like I said, technically, we're still in September according to the Julian calendar. There's a 10-day difference. 10 days of darkness, that's where that came from. Let's see. And do you know that when they took those 10 days out, the anniversary of the date that they did that is Tuesday, the 14th. Keep that in mind. So the 13th is the last day of September on the Julian calendar. This plays a huge part in things, guys, because remember, this is about God's timing, not man's. But let's take a look and see. Maybe it'll tell us which calendar we're supposed to use. I try to stick with the Julian one because it makes more sense. Okay. You have strength, and we have celebration here. This is 10, wrapping it up in 10. White hat operation in the next 8 days. Okay. Wow. So these decisions and choices are being made right now when they pull the trigger of things is based on what this a-hole does. Which we kind of know that. That's why we had so many delays so far. All right. Timeline, according to this, is finishing in 10. We shall see. I'm going to look to see what calendar, if it'll tell me. This is God's, that's the hand of God. You be happy when I tell you. So that's God's calendar. So let's use the Julian calendar. And this is the angel's divine contract. So this is stuff that God has already put into place under the Julian calendar. So let's pay attention to that. Okay. Yeah, not the new Gregorian. This is the new system that the deep state put in. That's why it's so confusing and it gets even more aggravating. So let's look for God dates, not man. Okay. And Marcy, that debt clock has been interesting recently. And of course, we know that we've been told that the gold will destroy the Fed, and gold is finally climbing back up. They're pushing hard against both that and silver. I think silver hitting $50 is a huge marker. All right. Purple soul. All right, Eva, what we got? Hi, Jen. Last in my dreams, or not, it's hard to tell. I was shown a massive ship hiding in the clouds. What was it, or who was it? Ooh. All right. These are protectors or guardians of littles. I almost get the. Okay, they're cloaked for one thing. You're not in a dream state. You're in a different realm, different density, because this is the world card. And these are protector cards of littles. So I think they're doing the medbed ships. That's where they take the littles to get healed. But this is being cloaked. They're working on something. So I think they're the thanks, Wings. Where these littles have been harmed so much. So they work with the Federation, this Federation, on healing. So that's where they go. It's positive. Wings is showing me Arcturian, which they're the technology guys. Not that they can't all do it, but Arcturians really focus on technological advances. So they're just being cloaked. They're just showing you that it's okay. We're here to help. Okay. Okay. Let me refresh this. All right. Uh, Mela, you say you have a question. I don't see a question from you. Unless you had a coffee question. I don't know. And then it's you were miscellaneous. Not everybody has a name on them. And you don't have to put your name on it. All right. Roy has the next one. Oh, that's why I didn't see it. You've got to put the big question marks or spell out capital letters question because I can't see them. I don't get to sit and watch the chat. A little busy. Yeah, and I do go in order. So now that I just caught it, you'll be the question that we finish up with today. All right. Roy, any messages for you? Just a warning. This is your triumph over your RV money. Spirit's warning you because you've been asking a lot of questions of do I trust this person? You've got thieves and liars that are you're going to be surrounded by. You're going to have to use your discernment. Now you've taken the tarot classes. Just do a 3-card spread of the yes or no element to it. So that message is please be careful. Okay. You're going to be a walking target, love. People will take advantage. All right. Anissa has the next one. A lot of podcast presenters say prepare for this month. It is because 3i Atlas, I asked King last night, but he glitched. He couldn't get an answer. Yeah, it'll be closest to the Earth on Halloween, which is interesting. Well, let's see. It could have something to do with, we were told that there's a death angel moment. Maybe it has to do with that. And then they try to blame it on aliens. You know, they're gonna do all kinds of tricks. Let's see that if we need to prepare for this month because of 3i Atlas. I could care less. Whatever. I can't be worried about that stuff. This stuff is distraction. Now, they do know more about this than they're letting on. All right. But it can absolutely flip the world upside down. We need to trust the process. Remember, this is a white hat card. This is good information. Don't believe everything you see in here. But it's a huge distraction. 3i Atlas is a huge distraction. At least what people are presenting it to be. They know more than what they're telling. So just use your discernment. See, this is no fear. It's a gift. And that's the way I look at it. That's for me personally, it's just to let go and let God. Like you mess with that because I have no desire to. I don't think it's anything to worry about. And unfortunately, a lot of people will use it for propaganda to push an agenda. We know that they've done that for thousands of years. And then podcasters, unfortunately, some will use it for Maybe they think they've got some kind of piece of inside information, which, by the way, nobody does. And they'll use it to make money off people. You know what I mean? Moon, it's scheduled for like November 2nd, time change. Whether they go through with it or not, I have no idea. We'll see. I wish they'd just get rid of it. What's the point? All right. Wyletta has the next one. Any messages from Spirit for this weekend, please, and thank you. Okay. What? Terry holding up Christmas cards. Okay. Yeah. You want to start singing the jingles? Do jingle bells? That's funny. Holding up Christmas cards. All right. Sure. All right, Wyletta, how's your weekend gonna go? Well, the way your readings have been lately, it's like they're gonna go how I tell them that's gonna go. And I'm like, you tell them. Y'all notice that Sister Wyletta, since she's joined the channel, she has come into her own. She don't take crap from nobody anymore. Wow. Your weekend's going to be great because you are going to stand up and you're going to hold your ground. You have the higher ground here. It says, enjoy your nap time. Enjoy it. You will triumph. Okay. You may be going around and doing the basic things in the community, just doing your basic shopping. You're setting the tone for what you do this weekend. Go out, go shopping, do your thing, take a nap. You're in charge. What you choose to do is going to go great because you have no negative cards. I think that's funny. Okay. All right. Okay, love. Miss Mary. I presently bank at PNC. Do I have to worry about them confiscating funds? Please and thank you. I think PNC's on the good list. They weren't for a while, but I think they got their act together. But let's see. I think banks are closed on Monday, aren't they? For the holiday, Indigenous People Day, whatever they call it now. Mary, that doesn't look good. So, just when you think everything's okay, there's the devil. That's wearing you down, and there's fighting with them. I don't think that they're a great choice for banking. They will tend to hoodwink people. I don't get good feeling with them. According to Spirit, they're saying no. Don't bank with them. Maybe consider opening up. I don't even know if PNC is a tier 1. They might be tier 1, but that doesn't mean that they're good. Do you have something else in mind? A different account? You got time to change it. All right, let me refresh the coffee page. All right, we're good there. JD has the next one. Message from my Lyran guy that I love so much. All right. beware. You know how you're supposed to test the spirits? You're supposed to test the spirits. This is Beyond the Veil, Secrets and a Thief Liar. This is spirits coming in, masking as positive. They're there to cause chaos and take things down. Take your time. When you feel these presents come in, always test the spirits. You know how to do this. Words. Rebuke anything that is not of the divine light. So your Lyran guide is saying, please be careful. You're such a spiritual person and you're always talking to spirit guides and angels and everything. Test them. We should all be doing this. We just get used to in habits of them coming and going, and we always just assume, well, you've got to be divine because I'm divine, and that's not the case. Remember, the devil wants to take down God's kids. So please, that's a huge warning. Always test the spirits. You've seen them manifest even into family members. Please be careful. They will look for any opening that they can. Okay. All right. JD, you're with PNC too. According to this, they've got some bad actors. It didn't say the whole bank. Use your discernment. Have a backup. It's the best advice I can give you. Miss Mary, how does the next week look for me personally? Well, let's see. Okay. You can lean on your hoe. You're just manifesting. You're waiting for investment turnaround. But there is your Empress. First of all, enjoy nature as much as you can, at least before the weather turns to crap. But remember, she's sovereign, she's independent. I can do things on my own, and she's abundant in all things. So you may start out at the beginning of the week kind of just hanging out, waiting for things to happen. But you end with the Empress, and that's beautiful. This is a contract. That's a contract, an agreement, coming into an agreement with something. Just make sure that you're not fighting with them over it. Mary, that could be, let's say that maybe we RV, you get a return on your investment. You might end up arguing with this PNC bank of the revalue, or where did you take my money? Just be careful. Okay. Yeah, credit union. Not all the credit unions are good. Some of them are actually better than the regular banks. They are around here. The little smaller farmer ones. Yeah, Chase is okay. Yeah, that doesn't mean that all Chase are participating in exchanging of currency. You have to check with each bank. Chase, Wells Fargo. It's hard to find a Wells Fargo. They're few and far between. Bank of America, because when we first started out, Bank of America was horrible, and they finally got their act together. They're going to be a huge participant in this. Okay. You guys just use your discernment. All right, Miss Mary, what dimension am I currently residing in, please? And thank you. Weren't you stuck in 3 the other day because your son kept dragging you back down? Wings is showing me a yo-yo. You might go back and forth for a while. You've gone up to 4. There's 2 4s. You're resting comfortably in 4, but I get the feeling that you're climbing. You're still moving. You're still moving up. You're still manifesting. Well, at least you're not in the 3. Yeah, I almost get the feeling that you're going to have to be a little more patient. The thing that's holding you back right now are what the 3D things that are taking you down, like with the bank thing or medical and your son. All of these things will keep the energy down. Okay, but you're fighting your way out of it. Yeah, base card is the fighting card. You're fighting out of it. So you're not in the 3. You're comfortable with 4. And that's why he was showing me yo-yo. You might start to be pulled back down. Remember, mindset is everything. Okay. Miss Marcy, I'm feeling energies on the top of my head crown. Is that upgrades? Yeah, it is, especially if you're in tune with the good frequencies. Let's make sure that it's not interference from the negative, trying to block. I think the Schumann resonance is off the charts. Yep, absolutely. Looky there. You are feeling the energies. This is beyond the veil. These are the secret energies, and that's a triumph victory card. Give it a little more time. It's almost like that yo-yo again. It kind of comes and goes. There are more times that it's higher than it is lower. Really enjoy those times. Okay. All right. Jojo McWill. Hey, Jen, happy Friday. Happy Friday. Can you take a peek and see what goodies Spirit has in store for me this upcoming week? We looking for goodies. Well, apparently we're filling out Christmas cards. All right. Let's see. Joe Petrie, I agree with you. The military is not part of our government. They're a sovereign entity right now working separately. Okay, what goodies? Are you filling out Christmas cards? Let's see. I like the goodies. But you have a warning. Okay, so you're paying, well, just like the rest of us, you're paying attention to this is continue on your mission. But remember, that's a white hat card. It's a Yeshua Archangel Michael card. But this is more towards intel. You're watching what the military is doing right now. So these goodies, you're seeing what's going to manifest out of it. Well, it's telling you, watch for the future. Okay. In here in the very near future, here's another 3. This is your almost the same message. Tune in with Gaia. The Empress is about abundance, sovereignty, and sitting pretty. But it has a warning. There is a male in your life, and I do not feel that it's Skip at all. I feel that this could be your son's energy. Okay. Money, money, money. He'll disappoint you and break your heart. Basically, the warning on the bottom, this is the RV card. And these 2 cards are illusion. Don't let this is male energy. You decide who it is. I feel that it's your son. Tell you that things are going great and you can trust him. I just need some money. I want you to be careful with that. So next week, if he comes around saying, hey, you got any money? Beware. Okay. I don't know if you consider that a goodie. Good for you watching the intel and the information coming out, because I feel that you're going to be checking boxes, but I don't like the energy that comes later after that. Okay. All right. We have a Gabby. Jim, would like to know from Divine Spirit if nicotine chewing gum is good for you, please. Not a smoker, but heard it's good health benefits. Yeah, nicotine actually kills spike proteins. So things like COVID can't attach to you. And if you've been around somebody who's had the jabberdoos, spike proteins that are in that nicotine, and you can use a patch, is actually good. It kills the bad cells. So a basic nicotine patch that's more of an all-natural thing is just the nicotine. It's not all the extra stuff that comes along with it, if it were a cigarette or something. So I'm not a doctor, but I say that if it kills the spike protein, absolutely do it. But let's see what the cards say. If you're around a lot of people that had the jabberdoos and they have that shedding, nicotine in your system can be a protector. Yeah, we've been taught all along that nicotine's bad for you. That's being hoodwinked. We were tricked. It actually is a protective agency here. But this is setting limits and boundaries. Okay, so you decide what's best for you, but like I was explaining, it's about the form that it's in. The gum or the patch is the way you want to go that doesn't have any extra stuff. But yeah, absolutely. Okay. It does have health benefits. Read the packaging. There might be a more of an all-natural thing, and Native Americans have great forms of tobacco products. You might check into that. Okay. Well, like I said, I'm not a doctor. Nicotine gum. Yeah. Yeah, there's benefits from it. I mean, God made the tobacco plant. I always say, don't go for the synthetic stuffs. Just like look for the more natural things. But yeah. All right. E purple. Is my friend Tony an NPC, negative or positive? Okay. Yeah, the gum is used to get people off of it, so it's like a slow weaning off of like cigarettes and stuff. So you might want to avoid, like I said, look for the all natural things. Look up all natural nicotine products and see what comes up. It's the best way I could do. I could explain it. Okay. Yeah, don't start something and then get hooked on something else. All right. Is Tony an NPC? Let's start with that question. Top row, then bottom row. Okay, wait. And then bottom will be negative or positive. What is your gut telling you, Eva? I'm just curious. You have a past with Tony. This is a past life. This is reconciling. He's been around for a long time. He is a rotating NPC. Keeps coming around. He is an NPC. That's a solid yes. In between densities. He keeps coming back around. He's playing a part. I do not get that he is negative. Have the negative tried to influence him? Yes. They've tried to take him down. Basically, he's been trying to think for himself, critical thinking. They don't like that because he can't be controlled. He has spoken out for himself, and you have the star card. So he's considered one of these NPCs. God can have mercy on anybody he wants to. That is not a walking robot. Okay? He has moments of weakness. Sounds like a human, doesn't it? That's very disappointing. But for the most part, he's got something inside of him that says, I want to be sovereign. I want to be a normal human being. I don't get anything negative that it's really, really bad. He's an NPC, but he's an NPC with redemption, if that makes sense. Because there are some. All right. Joe Patrie. Hi, Lovey. How's Eve feeling? Is she feeling better? How'd the chicken soup go? Use your pendulum to find out the name of my main guide for right now, please. Okay. The one who's hanging around at this moment. Let's see what we got. Okay. Got a strong female. We're spelling. We're up to DA. R. L. E. N. Darlene. E. It's a female named Darlene. Oh. Okay. She's feeling better. Good. I'm glad. Darlene. Wow. Say hey, Darlene. Very nice. Yeah, JoJo guessed it. Darlene. Yeah. Strong female energy, though. Tough. She's not really a softie. She's like what I consider a warrior. Yeah. Okay. Johanna has the next one. What does my spirit team want to say to me? Hey, that's usually what they're trying to do. Curious, Johanna, if you're in a relationship right now, if you're trying to manifest one. Okay. Because the Queen of Pentacles is really focused on what she wants. She's trying to materialize what she wants. And this is a relationship, and that's stability, a stable relationship. So whether you're in one, want to be in one, this says you need to focus on you right now. If you're in one, that just means take more me time. If you want to be in one, it represents take a leap of faith, but you'll find that you're happier by yourself. Interesting. You get too much fear of starting something new. Why? What's the worst thing that could happen? Just curious. What's the worst thing that could happen? Lisa's just now joining us. That's all right, honey. It's Friday. Just, I hope you don't have pants on. Just saying. That's the rule. All right. Let's go. Miss Colleen's got the next one. They want to use a large area of farmland to build a mega data center near me. Oh, goody, because that's what we need. Will this actually happen? I hope to buy up a lot of farmland and keep it preserved for farmland. Let's see. Colleen, have you thought about moving? If it tells us that, I can't imagine being around one with all the frequencies that come off that stuff. Let's see. Because Wings is showing me you moving. Will they build it? Yeah, they will. It's going to take a while, though. Yes, they will get their way, but it's going to take a little while to get done. Should she move? Yeah, you need to move. You're the one that will move. I know you're thinking, great, that's not what I wanted to know. They will build it. It will take a while, but you'll decide to move away from it. Start looking at properties. When all this stuff goes down and you've got the finances to do it, where would you like to go? Maybe you want to move into a different state or a different county or something. But it shows that they will succeed over time. But you have time. You don't have to, like, as soon as they break ground, pack your bags. It'll take a while to get all that stuff up and running. Okay? You've been wanting to move. Well, you know how God works in mysterious ways. He'll take something negative and use that as a boot in our rear end to get us to do something. He will force you to move. He will make you so uncomfortable where you're at. He did it with me to move here, that you're like, fine, okay, I'll move. He uses those opportunities. So kind of take it as a hint. Let them build their stupid center, but you're going to be okay where you want to go. Lisa, put pants on. Do you need a timeout? I know what we should do. I'm going to send her Boomer. Ugh. All right. A 17's got the next one. I'm working on a project, historical memorial garden in Coleman, Michigan. Any advice from Spirit? Beautiful. Have a great weekend, sunshine. Dragonfly, I don't know. Wings is showing me concentrate on the flora of this memorial garden, not structural things. It's the layout of the floral because he keeps showing me flowers and trees. That is very important because they hold energy. Let's see. Your dog will love Boomer. Boomer will not love your dog. I'm just saying. Now he loves a good possum, skunk, and groundhog, and a turkey, and rabbits and fox and every other Dr. Doolittle critter we have around here. Dogs? No. Let's see. $17, just curious if you have any say of the layout. There's something about the layout of this memorial garden that is important. Be careful who you work with. Be very careful who you work with. There's somebody you can't trust. This card is about integrity and trustworthiness, and these are thief, liar, and illusion and confusion cards. You're going to have to be strategic of who you share this information with. I almost wonder if you tell somebody your idea, if they don't try to steal it. You're going to have to be strategic. You don't work with good people, or won't be. There's going to be a fight. You are going to have a hard time with this project. It's okay. You'll come out on top. There's justice being served. Something about finances. Project's going to be on hold for a while. But I want you to think about the layout of the garden and how healing it can be. The aspect of the, like I said, the floral part, there's something about the nature side of this that's healing. So they want you to focus on the design that's healing. Okay. But you're up against some tough people in this. Interesting that the base card is the Eight of Wands. You've already got some ideas, implement them. But when you're doing your design, think about a layout that is healing to people. Okay? That warning is really strong. I don't know if you got to go through a committee or a bunch of people because they're not big on spending money or stealing money. I don't know, but you're going to have some trouble. All right. Charlene, may we have a collective reading for the weekend before you finish today? Sure. Sure. Why not? For the collective, what are we going to be doing this weekend? I'm going to be reminding Lee how old he is and making fun of him. He's 59, by the way. Let's see. And it's just him. If you're the same age or older than him, you're not old. He's old. Collective message for the weekend. Wings, that's not nice. He goes, what do you say? Don't get your panties in a wad. A bunch, yes. Apparently we have to Thank you, Wings. Trump's supposed to make an announcement 5 o'clock this evening. This is Mr. T. This is the King of Swords. He's got something to say. And it's positive. It's positive. This is lean on Yahoo. But here's the thing. I just have to tell you what Wings shows me. He shows 2 lines. Usually this is a decision-making card, and it is. You see where he's doing this? Read between the lines. Apparently, whatever he's going to say, we're going to spend the weekend trying to figure out what he's trying to say. I don't want to. No, thank you. I do enough of that as it is. Apparently, Spirit's saying he's going to drop clues, and we can look forward to the weekend based on what he says. What has that got to do with the collective? Apparently, it affects us somehow. It's important information. Don't fear it, but it's important information. Okay. All right. I don't know what that means. Apparently, I figure it's about the hostage situation and the agreement being made and peace and all of that stuff. Maybe there's more. You don't wear panties if rare. Okay. Okay. Well, all right. So Rock prefers Commando. Well, that's all right. We won't talk about your girdle. All right. Let's see. We got Pam. Sister Pam. Any messages from Spirit? Let's take a look. Yes, Winks. He looked at the clock. He says it's 2:22 on 10:10. Okay. He's all about numbers. Pam, this is that card that always represents celebrating a victory. Something new is coming in. There's something new that's manifesting in your life. It's because you've kept the faith. This is well aspected in this reading, and this is because you've stuck with your faith and believed. And I think it may be financial because this is lean on Yahoo. You've put some investments in, and this is the Wheel of Fortune. That means you've helped control your destiny. So the worrying, the unnecessary worrying that you do about your future it's unnecessary. Don't do it. You've already manifested your future. You just have to wait for it. Okay? Apparently, expect new things to happen. Whatever that is, new house, new car. Just don't lift the skirt, Rocco. We'll be all right. Just don't bend over. We don't need to see that. All right, Marcy's got this one. Is Musk behind the data center Colleen is talking about? Good question. You're welcome, Pam. No, but he will be. So originally, this data center is not good. It's not good. It's all negative. It had negative intentions behind it, but that's going to change. This is changing. This is victory. That cycle is over with. Within the right amount of time and the right amount of money, Musk will own it eventually, which makes sense. Um, yeah, it's like because of his ability to do great things with technology and he has an overabundance of money, he will be given the opportunity to run things that were meant to be negative. We have to trust the plan. Remember, this is not original Musk. Okay, the Musk that we see is the better version. So yeah, he will eventually make the purchase. Will we hear about it? I don't know. But Spirit says it had negative intentions at first, but eventually, if we give it time, he will own it and help run it. Okay. Oh God. Rock's over here dropping the soap. Okay. All right. Don't look, Ethel. All right. Mila has the last question of the day. Is Zine married or single? You don't know? Okie dokie. I'm going to use the orchid deck. Let's see. Wings is saying it's complicated. What the heck does that mean? That means he's in between, separated. There's twos. He has a tough decision to make. He has a fear of what might happen. Those are twos. He's split down the middle. There is a reconciliation. He's going to make the decision and make a loving offer to go back to the separated partner that he has. He's been hurt, and they've kind of called it. Let's just pause right now. Call it a separation. Yeah, he's been hurt, but he's going to cave and reconcile with the spouse. It's just going to take a little while. So I get that he's married because when Wing said it was complicated, I'm like, what does that mean? It means, yeah, there's your hangman. He's in limbo. He legally and technically he's married, but there's issues there. Okay. All right. That's all I had. Let me refresh the coffee page. There we are. Someone, Miss Cindy. Hello, love. Lately, my feral barn cat, who hasn't allowed me to go near him since I got him 9 years ago, has suddenly started rubbing up against my legs and wanting attention. Aw. Last night, a young buck walked up to about 20 feet from me, seemed completely unafraid. What is going on? The energies are changing. We had a whole flock of turkeys come up on the back porch. Why? They don't do that. Let's take a look. All right. Guys, question. We closed questions a while back. All right, let's see. Let me take that off the screen and get Miss Cindy's. Oh, I love this. I love this. Okay, so you're seeing the manifestation of, you know how we can metaphorically say the devil's had chains on humanity? This includes all of God's creation, because what you're seeing manifest right now, I want you to see how defeated, tired, wore down the devil has made the animal kingdom as well. They're coming out of it. So just like we've had scales removed from our spiritual eyes, they have too. That fear is gone. This is a slow transition. That living in harmony, I think you're going to start to see. I'm not saying the whole circle of life will change and they'll stop eating each other. No, but I think that it's just changing. It's evolving into more of a peaceful way of living for them as well. Our energy changes, their energy changes. Now watch them reconcile with each other. I think it's fascinating. It's really cool. Okay. All right. Enjoy it. Just make loving offerings and see. It's going to take a little while, Cindy. So if you have a moment where they're good one day and then the next day they don't want to have nothing to do with you, just give them time, give them space. Yeah. All right, guys. That is all that I had, and that is an hour and a half show. All right. I want you guys to have a really, really beautiful weekend. Do something fun for yourself. Right? We don't have to be all work and no play. It makes us grumpy people. We're grumpy enough as it is. Right? Do something fun. No show on Monday because that is Lee's last day home. It's a holiday. Enjoy it. Enjoy the weekend. I've got private readings Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I will see you back here on Wednesday. So if you haven't, that's if the world hasn't fallen in. Okay. According to Chicken Little, keep the faith. Go with love. Go with God. And think positive. No panic and stuff. All right. I do love you. Have a beautiful weekend until I see you again. And my humanitarian people, email me if you feel the need that we need to have a meeting. But right now, there's nothing to talk about. We just watched silver and gold go up and down. Okay? All right, guys. I love you. Have a blessed weekend. I have to go deal with Boomer. Y'all pray for me. All right. All right, guys. Love ya.